And as we mentioned earlier, today we're going to talk about a figure who not only had a significant impact in her time, but also has a strong influence today. And yesterday we marked April 21st as Kartini Day, and we're going to discuss what has changed since Kartini's time and how her spirit continues to thrive in our daily lives.
That's right. Now joining us at the moment is Ibu Dumasi Wongso Samosir, a women's activist and successful entrepreneur. Good morning, Ibu Duma.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Mbak
Thank you so
Luisa
much, Ibu
and
Duma.
Mas
Sesko.
Sesko. Thank
Yes.
you for
Yes.
having me.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Starting Point today. I love your background, by the way. It really, your background and
And
what you're
also
wearing
you want to wear,
now.
yeah.
Such a good
Uh,
costume to celebrate Kartini Day. Now, Ibu Duma,
thank
can you
you.
please
Yeah.
share us a bit about yourself first before we talk more about Kartini, about what you are currently doing now? I mean, you are a successful professional as well as an activist. What has been the struggle as a woman to break to the industry? I mean, tell us your story.
Okay. So my name is Dumasi Marisina Magdalena Samosir, and I'm currently a director of in at PT Asuransi Sinarmas. But as you mentioned, also like through our community development and CSR with Asuransi Sinarmas, actually been like very active in doing empowerment, people empowerment in Lake Toba. So so I'm not an activist actually, but yeah, through my work, I have been having the opportunity to empower people, mostly women, in Lake Toba area. Yeah, also doing some many literacy activities all over Indonesia, especially to the rural area of Indonesia, where normally the financial sectors don't go there. So we always like doing something different to reach those who are not touched yet by the financial institution, especially for the financial literacy for like the SME owners, students, and farmers, and fishermen, and others in the rural of Indonesia. It's like in the IBT or the east part of Indonesia, or also in Lake Toba. Yeah.
So Ibu Duma
Yeah.
here have been actively empowering women around Lake Toba.
Yeah, of course. And I want to delve more about, because you mentioned that you are a professional and you also have small businesses, you take care of small businesses. I want to ask you, as a successful woman in a, maybe we can say a male dominating sector, how do you face your challenges?
Yeah. So, like in our company, actually, in the company I work with, only myself as a woman director amongst the six directors and all the commissioners. But below that, like in the second layer, even up to the supervisor, from division head, manager, and up to the supervisor, in our company, the proportion now is like 49% women and 51% men. So it's almost at par for the leadership, yeah. So it doesn't mean that only me in the director level, but for the other level, I think the company has been like so open. I mean, we don't regard that gender is a hustle for somebody to lead a program. Yeah, yeah. But of course, I think we have also challenges, especially for when our women leaders facing the moment or the time of like pregnancy or others. Of course, we always have I mean, a talent management system that can cater to that kind of situation. Yeah, but through our what we did in, I mean, what we are doing now in Lake Toba, for example, and in other area of Indonesia where we do community development, we also see that how the challenge for women because of the cultural hindrance. Yeah, you know, sometimes the women leaders, the women entrepreneurs or small medium enterprise entrepreneur in the village, they're actually very active in doing business and others. But sometimes, the role of a woman as a mother, as a caretaker of the family is still there. So they have to do like not only double, but maybe triple or even four times of the effort that the men should do because they have to do a lot of things to cope up with all of the daily matters that they have to take care of. Yeah.
Yeah, we were actually discussing that earlier on the show
Yeah.
because Sesko was asking me how important it is. I mean, like, and how difficult it is, challenging it is to be a woman and to be. I was like telling him it's so hard to be multitasking between, running your own business when you also have to take care of your family.
Yeah.
Now, Ibu Duma, since yesterday was Hari Kartini's Day, can you also share with us perhaps what has been the inspiration of Kartini and what has Kartini's writings and work influenced the women's movement in Indonesia, and of course from your personal view?
Yeah, of course, as we all know that Kartini was a pioneer in the fight for women rights in Indonesia. And through her letters and writings, such as the letters of a Japanese princess, Kartini expressed her views on the social condition affecting women, particularly Japanese women. She advocated education for girls, which was radical at that time, and her ideas significantly influenced the early feminist movement in Indonesia, inspiring subsequent generations to continue to struggle for women's rights. Through her letters, actually, Kartini offers deep insight into her thoughts, aspirations, and the social condition, such as in terms of like education and emancipation. Like me today, maybe I will not be interviewed today if there is no Kartini. And also the critic, how she boldly do the critique of Japanese social norms, and also about the cultural observation and her vision for the reform and even the personal reflection. I think her letters are deeply so personal, detailing her emotional responses to her reading. Yeah, because he loves reading, right? He read a lot of books and quality books, and her educational endeavors and her interactions with others. Her letters actually uh, point a portrait of Kartini as a thoughtful, passionate individual and grappling with the constraints of the environment while dreaming of a better future for herself and other Japanese women and now all Indonesian women. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Bu Duma, in your personal point of view, also, I would like to know in what way does the women in Indonesia, the so in society, the role of Indonesian women, what has changed, what evolved from Kartini's day and now?
Oh yeah, if we can see actually now, I think we have seen transformative changes, yeah, in the role of women in Indonesia society, like the elimination of discrimination based on gender. Like I think there is a regulation for that, that we cannot do any discrimination on gender, including when recruiting employees, for example, and also protection for women against violence in the household. Although, like lately, I think we have seen so many uh, sad news about how violence against women have been done by even by close family, close relatives. Yeah, but I think a lot of people now also like poising. Poising for this so that to have protection for women, and also in the Indonesian labor laws, I think there is like 3 months paid maternity leaves. In others country, maybe they have even for the men, but now in Indonesia, I think we are so thankful that we also have this, and even now also including the provision for nursing breaks. Like in our office, we have places for our um, young breastfeeding mothers to we have rooms for them to do like pumping the breast milk to be sent home. Yeah, we even have a slot for that. Yeah, and also I think like in our government, maybe there is a law that increase female participation. Yeah, like 30% of women have been has to be in the candidate list. Yeah, I think yeah that's one of the yeah like in other things maybe we have seen also how women in Indonesia been supported by uh, laws and policies yeah, that designed to ensure equality and protect the rights of women. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Ibu Duma just
Al-
now. Oh yeah, carry on, carry on.
Carry on.
Although we still have so many challenges, actually, as women in Indonesia, we still have so many challenges. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just now you mentioned that it is quite balanced between the women and the men in your company, and you just now mentioned that there's even a special room for mothers to do their breast
Breastfeeding,
pumping
yeah.
for the breast milk. I mean, this only happened because we have great women leaders nowadays. You know, I mean, otherwise, you know, men would not really think of this to happen, right? Ibu Duma, can you share with us then what can then be improved from what the laws we have at the moment? I mean, you mentioned about more protection for women. What about for those living in the villages, the women there? What can we do to, or what can the government do to support them?
Yeah. So yeah, as we have seen in the villages, mostly the women still have a lot of challenges. So I think government can do something on this, like through their literacy. There have to be socialization from the government to all the people in their area that that women have the same rights with the men. Yeah, so they're not supposed to like, oh, education things should be handled by mom and the father like sitting in the lapo or in, in the like kopitiam, playing cards and others. So I think we have to have more and more things that the government can do, like embracing all the father, all the men, to also involve in the program. Like maybe like in few years ago, or maybe like 10 or more than 10 years ago, we see that there is a posyandu, let's say. It's only men, it's only women that
Women.
goes there. Yeah, so maybe now through the involvement of father, husband, and also sons, yeah, to go to involve, to more involved in the domestic things. I think we will have more understanding. I mean, men will get more understanding that we have to be. It has to be a collaborative way of building a family in so many ways. Maybe I can share you one thing that we have done in Lake Toba, especially in Humbang Hasundutan, where men help their wife and son have their mother to do the uh, Humbang Sibori. So we have these people empowerment in Lake Toba, in Humbang Hasundutan, where we have a creative house there, where we teach them how to make a Sibori or a tie and dye effort. And what always made me surprised and so happy actually is that seeing them doing it in a family way together. Uh, so previously, maybe in Batak, we always listen that people say the papa will drink tuak maybe in the lapo, but ibu while carrying the baby, they are in the field doing farming and others. Maybe the son goes to school or the daughter doing errand. But what we have now is they still do what they used to do. I mean, if they are farmers, they are still doing farming, or maybe they went to school, or maybe making kerupuk or others. But in the evening, they stay together, stick together, helping each other. Because in doing humbang sibori, they have to. There is, let's say, the daughter do the the drawing and also needling all the motifs, and then it has to be something that is strong enough to tear to pull the threads. So then the son will do that, and then when the mother need help of the husband will also help him in doing the ikat, yeah, because it has to be very tightly tied. So, and now we can see like from two artisans that we previously have. I mean, we train 40 people, but only one person come out to be an artisan, but then out of her become two and now become more than 100. Now we can see them doing this together in their home. And it's really so mind-blowing for me. And now they can build a house. Before, the house is a small hut, I mean a small, what do you call it, humble house. But now it becomes a concrete house. She even built another house for her family. So I also can see Yeni, one of the artisan who was before like a maid that has to work from 5 o'clock in the morning until 2 a.m. He one day can even pay her friend 900,000 per 2 weeks, while it's only tying the clothes. Yeah, so it's really mind blowing actually seeing if we can collaborate, if we can give the samples to the father that by doing all things together, this family become having a future, a good future,
better
and
future.
can build their wealth to the max. Yeah.
Well, that's really, really great to hear,
Yeah,
Ibu Duma. I
inspiring
mean,
story and touching story.
very
Yeah.
touching story. I mean, seeing all these women actually breaking the gender roles and that they can also be productive and they can bring more meaning to the family.
And we also know actually not just in Lake Toba that needs influence because many places in Indonesia are still the same.
Exactly.
They have like stigma in every place. How do you influence people in Lake Toba, Buduma?
Yeah, so actually maybe through constant presence of our team. So we have a creative house there. And aside from that, it happened that I was born in that place in Dolok Sanggul, and our parents used to like do a lot of community development there. So our son and daughters asked us to continue that legacy that our parents have done there. And it happened that through our presence there, I can see that people see that when we give our heart and we not only just give the money, no, we never give the money, but we teach them how to do it, how to create money, how to collect money, and how to develop money. So what we do is like our presence is teaching them, talk to them, inviting them to do a lot of things together, inviting them like to an event, and then expose them to, also inviting them to come to Jakarta and to show them that they are so, uh, what do you call it? They are really so precious.
Okay.
Their creations are really so precious. Yeah. So thank God. Through, I think there has to be, your heart has to be there. You cannot just say that, okay, I empower you, I send you so much money. No, it won't be successful. You have to be there. I mean, not physically, but your heart, it has to be there.
Not
And it
just
happened that
physically, but the
the
heart.
presence of
Okay.
our team there, they can go. Even in the time of pandemic, we create, we reinvent, we reborn the, uh, maybe anyaman, yeah, it's, what do you call it? We call it tikar. So mat, so traditional mat that
Woven
has
mat.
been left 40 years ago because uh, because at that time the mat from plastic coming from China and also tandok from plastic come from China, so they don't do it anymore. But during the pandemic, we teach them how to do it, and now they can do it again, and we even use it to many more products, not only as a mat or tandok, but also then now we can use it to other products like bag and others. So, and all of them are aged 55 to 78 years old. and now they can have earn money with only like talking together. Have they gather together every afternoon and then doing the uh, anyaman, and then they can earn money and they can they can buy something for their children, for their grandchildren, and even help their children that was fired during the pandemic era. Yeah, so I think
Wow.
a lot of things has been uh, so meaningful through our presence in Humbang Hasundutan. Yeah.
Wow, that is such an amazing story, Ibu Duma. We're very happy to hear what you have been doing with the ladies there in the villages in Lektoba. And
October.
it is so true. It's not just enough, I mean, like to give donations,
Yep.
but instead, if you educate them and if you train them, they can bring so much more, the ladies
Mm.
living in the villages there. Thank you, Ibu Duma, for sharing your
Thank you very
story here. We're
much.
so happy to be having this conversation with you about Kartini Day and the role of women in the world. Thank you so much, Ibu Duna, and success to you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day, Buduma.
Thank you. Have a good day too. Bye bye.
Bye. Wow.
And so inspiring a lady.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And we will be right back with other news after this. So stay with us here in Starting Point.